Hello everyone, welcome to the channel. Today we have the Shelby 1000 that was just added to Forza, well, about a week ago when you're seeing this. It comes stock, well, in real life with 1000 horsepower. In game it's about 920, 980 I think. And when it's completely stock it's an A class with 800 horsepower. I don't know how that works, but I decided to do an S1 build since everyone was just either maxing it out or, just leaving it in A class to compete. And, well, when I did it for S1, I'll throw the stats up on screen. Here you can see how much it weighs and how much power it has after upgrades and stuff. Except it is a really heavy boy, and 1000 horsepower rear wheel drive is very hard to do. And since it's a Mustang, I threw an all-American livery on it just for the fun of it. Now, I did have to put the Forza arrow on because without it, the wheels just wouldn't stop spinning at all. As we send it up the inside of a FD car, I don't know why he would be racing here. And yeah, one thing you do learn about this car quickly is you don't really want to go below third gear at all. If you can avoid second gear and first, just try your best. Because the wheel spin, it is just so much when you go into second gear. The rear end just starts sliding, and I have the arrow for the front and the rear maxed all the way down, so they're all in cornering, but it still spins like crazy. And the brakes are okay. You might want to have to brake a little bit early. As we send it up the inside of the C8, he comes back, gives us a little love tap. Now you see here, I'm just throttle controlling second gear to not just spin it around the corner like a real Mustang. And fourth gear just starts flying. I had to mess up the gear ratios a lot in this car, so after fourth gear, that's where this car kind of dies down because I want to make the gears useful, and I had to stretch them out a lot. As you run slightly into the grass, light braking. The car only weighs about 3,000 pounds after upgrades. I think it's 4,000 when it's completely bone stock. And you can see it really does sometimes struggle around the corners, not because of the power, just because of the weight sometimes. But you see uphill, it is just a beast in these straight lines, and then hard on the brakes. Leave it in third, just keep turning into the apexes, and we kind of missed them. But overall, I say if you can get this car, get it. I hear it's a very good drift car. I won't be checking that out in this video, maybe another one. But this car's real specialty is, I think, when it's in S1, because from what I've seen when you drive it in A-Class, it's not really that good because it has 800 horsepower or so, well, 900 on completely stock tires, and that just really doesn't work. As you gain a little bit of time here through the first section of the track, and you see even if I leave it in third gear after like half a second is already in 100, just going from, what is it, 40 miles an hour. And as you try to stay behind this Hoonigan car, and early on the brakes you still give him a little love tap, tried to shoot it up the inside with second gear, didn't work, come back, and he just gave the position away. Don't know why he did that, but third gear out of the corner, keep it on the line if we can. Now that is position 4 out of 12. Now on to the next race. Yeehaw, boys, that's an American Eagle right there. Now we are on to race 2 with the Shelby 1000. We moved it to Lego Valley. I wanted to change things up a bit. I do a lot of races in mainland England and whatever, so I decided to change it up a bit. And we're now in Legoland, as you can see around us. And for some reason, when I select all muscle cars, apparently an RX-7 Torque Stallion is considered a muscle car, I guess. I think they're just going off by power. As we use second gear here, and surprisingly, it doesn't just immediately kill me. As you can see, once the power kicks in for this car, it really just starts flying around as we run a little bit wide there into the Legos. If you've ever stepped on Legos, it's not a fun experience. Now here I can see the car is really struggling with the high speed sections. Well, I think it's because, again, I don't think the arrow is really helping that much. And at the end of the day, this is still a Mustang, so it's probably looking for crowds at some point. So you just use third gear to its full advantage and hard onto the brakes. Try to keep it in third, I think, through this corner. And then let the track loop around naturally. Cut it a little, save some time here and there. And yeah, we're closing in on another FD car. I don't know how that's faster than me. How is he in the same class? I don't even think you can put race tires on that car. Or if you can, that'd be an interesting video. And as we use second gear here, for some reason, I guess second gear on Lego Valley works, but not in mainland England. Or UK in general is what the mainland is. As we try to shoot out the inside, we give the core, whatever that car is, I did not call it a Corvette, I swear. We just give it a nice little tap as hard on the brakes, trying to look up for a move on the inside. And it's going a little bit slow here. Well, probably not slow, I just have over 1,000 brake horsepower. And we're just struggling for grip, coming to near running off of the corner, using fourth gear to grip it up. Back down into third, just turn in as much as you can. And you can see we're still understeering a lot. Use all the power to try to pass the Fs. Yeah, I just call that an FC. It's a drift car. It's a Sylvia, I think. Oh boy, I'm gonna get roasted. Anyways, we try to hide it behind here, and for some reason that Sylvia just has infinite amounts of horsepower. I thought they only had about 1,000 or 900, but apparently that one, he has around 12,000 on stock tires and can handle himself completely fine. You try to send a move up the inside, but he completely blocks us. Go late on the brakes into there. Just power it up through the corner. Now, I think powering it through the corner does help, but when you exit the corner, it kind of makes you spin a little bit more, I think. As you can see here, third gear is just the gripness of this car. It is the livelihood. Now, I don't really ever think I need to go above fourth gear here, since it's Lego Valley and it's mostly turns and more constant turns, but overall that's position 5 out of 12 with the Shelby 1000, and I think it's pretty good. Now I'll give you another yeehaw for that American Mustang. Now that we are at the final race, I feel this video would not be completed if we didn't take the American vehicle with the American livery to a giant oval, because that's what Americans like. Let's do this. We're at a somewhat NASCAR circuit with a Mustang and over 1,000 horsepower as we slip it up and nearly come to the top of the line. Now I think this is where I'm gonna regret making those gears super weird just for third and fourth gear. As you see, we're nearly touching the wall at the top of fourth gear, come down to the inside, go into fifth. The RPMs ain't there, but the speed is. Give the Corvette a little tap as they just decide to brake check each other on the inside. And let all 1,000 horsepower rip down. Try to hold this corner flat out, or just decide to brake halfway through to be safe. But as you can see, the All USA car is unlimited in power. Fourth gear is just there. Fifth gear we can work on a little bit. I only have the sport transmission in there to save some PI. And I decided I could get more upgrades and stuff later on while saving that transmission. As we nearly kill ourselves on the wall again. Just more and more power here. And then we're going to go hard on the brakes as the car in front of us nearly slides out wide. Just power, power, power through these corners. Reaching the top of fourth gear as we speak. Now, fourth gear I believe tops out at about 195, well 190 right there. Just barely keep it off the wall in fifth gear. Yeah, fifth gear kind of slows us down as we get loose on the inside and come up. And I guess that's a third place finish. Thank you everyone for watching. That was the Shelby 1000. If you have any questions, I'll be reading comments. Thank you for watching. I'm out. Peace.
Waste another day, eyes on my display. You say we need a change, and I feel that you mean it. You mean it. But you're so right Will